Good morning, friends. It is Ann with Whimsically United coming to you on a Thursday morning. It is going to be another hot one here in Concord, North Carolina. I welcome you to my page. We're going to be working on a Tic Tac Toe Board. I am going to put you down so you can see the project, and I'm going to pull us up on my iPad. It helps me see comments if technology works. You know how that goes. I hope you guys had a blessed week so far. I hope you guys are staying cool. All right, let's see if we can figure out which way we have to go here. Every time I get on, it seems like I'm moving more over to the side. I don't know. This thing is driving me crazy. All right, there we go. This is a board from the dollar store. It was in the $3 and $5 section. So that's what I am using. And I still don't like the way this is sitting. Is that better? I feel like you guys are crooked. Sorry for the ride. I just don't like it when you guys look like you're crooked. We are going to be using the Tic Tac Toe Board stencil from Essential Stencil. Not Christmas today, and I will be using the arrow one. This will be a great gift for Christmas. So you can make this and give to your grandkids or make it for your home so that you guys can play. I love board games. I love any kind of game. I love trivia. I love I'm using primary blue because the other blue that I wanted to use Prussian blue, the dark blue, but I didn't have enough of it to use. So I have got to make a list of colors that I need to buy. But this is a really awesome color. And I am going to use, Splendid Gold? No, Glorious Gold. Glorious Gold to do the arrows. Oh, this is a pretty blue. Look at that blue. Is that not gorgeous? But this is a great way to make some Christmas gifts. You give to your family. And let me know in the comments, what do you like to play? Are you a game player? Are you a puzzler? I love puzzles too. My daughter likes puzzles. My daughter loves to read as well. My son didn't like reading and didn't like puzzles much when they were little. I love puzzles. I love not just the puzzles that you put together like a scenery. I like any kind of like a maze or things that you have to figure out. I absolutely love that. I'm just getting this color on, and then I am going to straighten it out, and I will do the edges as well. I haven't decided if I want to do the edges in the gold or the blue. That's why I'm being very careful on the edges. Of course, I might do them in blue, in gold. I just think that would look very pretty. The game pieces, we're going to do the game pieces as well. I have got from Amazon, and they are 4-inch circles and a 4-inch hexagon. I meant to order octagon, but I ordered hexagons instead. So I have a bunch of hexagons. I'm going to dry this, and I'm going to apply another coat. That's what we have so far. I think it's looking pretty good already. Dry it, and we add another coat to it. These are the 4-inch game pieces. These are the circles. And these are the hexagons that we will use to add to our board so that we can play. And hopefully by next week I'll have my little side table ready to go. And we will create a little table to go with this. And put the checkerboard on it. So we will see if we can get that accomplished. I'm hoping that everything will work out well, that I can get that table up here and in a position to where we will be able to see. Because we got to be able to see it. So I'm looking forward to it. And then this will be added to that game table. So come back Monday evening, because that's when I'm planning on getting that working on that game table. And have you guys seen the sneak peek of the new Essential Stencil Primitive Collection? The 2025 Primitive Collection. It is absolutely awesome. If you have not had a chance to check it out, take a sneak peek. They are absolutely awesome pieces. And there is a, I'm thinking it's a 20-word stencil set that is absolutely gorgeous. I am going to wrap my brush up just in case I need it again for something. The word set is not only got words, but they also have phrases on there. Just a little phrase, and they go so well with that primitive decor. And if nothing else, if you cannot get the bundle, I will suggest get the words, because that is absolutely, you can use them with everything. You can add them to so many different stencils, use them standalone. So there's so much that you can use with those. I am going to switch and let this dry a little bit more. And we're going to go ahead and do our little circles. I grabbed 5 of each. And I'm going to do those in gold. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Bonnie. Hello, friends. With a blue circle on them. I'm just going to use one of my not so nice brushes. And I will do both sides. I will paint both sides. The top and the bottom. Miss Bonnie, you creating any more growth charts? Miss Bonnie is creating some amazing growth charts. If you need somebody to create a growth chart for you, you need to hook up with Miss Bonnie. Well. Hello, Miss Billy. About called you Bonnie too. How are you, my friends? And I just want to thank all of you ladies for hopping on and for all of your tips and sharing, or sprinkling, sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. I so appreciate all of you sprinkling the whimsy out. And the reason why I chose gold and blue, I just thought that was a really good color combination, first of all. And if this is going to be something you would want to give for Christmas, I just thought the gold and the blue would go really well with, you know, the Christmas being a little festive. But you can create these in black and white. You can make these green and red, pink and purple. I mean, you can create your board in any color. It does not have to be black and white, or like mine, blue and gold. These can be any color you would like them to be. You got to be kidding me, Miss Bonnie. I know you weren't feeling well, but my word. I hope you feel better soon. Prayers for Miss Bonnie. That's just not cool. And I know this is boring, but it does go pretty fast putting on your colors. I think I've got a lot of color on my brush. I just noticed that. Oh, goodness. It's one of those days. But anyway, if you are interested in any of those stencils, those primitive stencils, and I love the primitive stencils. I just think they are amazing. I don't know how I ended up with so much paint on my brush. I didn't even notice. They are absolutely amazing. I think there's 29 designs, but don't hold me to it. I'm pulling that from out of my head. They should release Monday, and they should all be in stock to ship. You also have a set of stars and hearts in there, primitive stars and hearts, and that is amazing. If you cut your own wood, that will be a good template to cut stars and hearts. And these are our hexagons. Now let me ask you, the board is blue with gonna be with gold arrows. Should we make all of these gold with blue? I think these are all should be gold so that when you put them on there, they'll look good. So I'm gonna do them all in gold. I just talked myself into it. We can always do them different. If we don't like it, we can do the other side different. Trying to get rid of some of my gold paint in my brush. Somehow or another, I ended up having so much gold on my brush that I didn't need. And then we'll use the X on here and do that in blue. When I paint, I try to go in the same direction. That way you won't have different lines going here, there, and everywhere. That's just me. You don't have to do that. But I just like it because it will just all look uniform instead of having one going this way, one swirled. If you want to make sure that you have good coverage, like if you are using decoupage glue and you want to make sure you've got every area, go one way first and then go the other way next. That way you know you have your surface completely covered. And yes, these were supposed to be octagons, but it is hard to find an octagon surface that isn't too expensive to use on your board. And you can always use other pieces for your board. But I really like these. Those look really good on that board. And it is something that you can play with smaller kids because they can hold these pieces really well because they're big. I just like the size. And then, like I said, for those of you that weren't on yet, hey, Janice, my friend. You are here. That's all that matters, right? I lost my train of thought. Oh, my goodness. Oh, before I forget, if you're interested in any of the primitive or anything on the Essential Stencil page, whether you order 1 stencil, 10 stencils, or transfers, brushes, whatever it is, make sure you use an ambassador code. Mine is WK21. And you will save at checkout anytime, no matter how much or how little you get. And remember, free shipping for this month. So if you need to split your orders up so that you have, paycheck to paycheck, just make sure that you remember free shipping so you can order pretty much at any time. I've got more paint on me. Good thing I'm wearing something similar color-wise. So just a reminder, free shipping. And you don't have to buy the whole bundle. You can buy just the pieces that you like. And like I said, you can use these as templates to do your own cutouts. Because like I said, they have really pretty primitive star and hearts in there. And whether you cut out of wood or out of fabric, you can use those really, really well as templates. So just keep that in mind. think we got 2 more. I've done 5 of each. All the Tic Tac Toe boards that I looked up, they only had 9 pieces. Just enough to lay on the board. I am doing 10, 5 of each. Hey Renee, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And again, ladies, if you wouldn't mind sprinkling this out, sprinkling out the whimsy, that's what I call it, which means S-H-A-R-E in Facebook language. Any creator will appreciate that. That means so much to them. And that is something that you can do that does not cost anything. The same with thumbs up. Let's see if it'll do it. Thumbs up. Nope, it's not doing it anymore. And hearts. All of those things are free. If you would like to give a creator stars, that is like a little tip for them so that they can get some more stencils or a brush. Just a little token of appreciation. So those are some things that you could do. The stars cost you a little bit of money, but the rest of it is all free, and it just means the world to your creators. And again, we are going to add the blue circle and the blue X on here to match the board. And I just thought blue and gold would look really good together. You can make this in any color, whatever. Let's say you're making this for your grandchild. You can do it in school colors. You can do it in, if your hometown has colors. There's just so many different ways that you can use the colors. You can make a fall board, use fall colors. You can make an Americana board and use patriotic colors. You can even make this for a nursing home and use patriotic colors. Or if you have a veteran in your family, you can do that for your veteran in Americana colors. So many options and ways to do these. I think they're all looking pretty good. And I will do the back side later. I am going to get me a wipe to wipe my hand before I transfer that paint. And if you wanted to, on these pieces, you can do the back side the opposite. Do it blue with a gold X. So you have options on how you do it. So you have basically 2 different game pieces. One day you can use the gold side and one day you can use the blue side. Just all kinds of options that you can use your game pieces. And I'm going to dry those real quick, and then we can put the X's and the O's on. And then we'll go to our board and add our arrows, and then our board will be done. And I will add the gold to the side. I'm going to put these over to the side so I will not mess that up. These should be pretty much dry already. Deco Art paint dries really, really fast. I am going to have to retrieve that because that was my blue color that I'm going to need. So I'll be right back. I'm going to crawl under my table to get my... Nope, I can just go to the other side. Luckily, my paint bottle was closed. And it landed up right side up. So nothing was harmed, no one was hurt. I'm back. Never a dull moment around here. I could use another little blow dry, but I am sanding them a little bit to just smooth them out a bit. You know, when you use paint on wood surfaces, you raise the grain. So I want to make sure that these are nice and smooth. Just a quick sand. And I am going to go over some of these again. Some of these don't look like it got good coverage. It could be the board, but I want to make sure that these look good. So I am going to go back over some of these and add a little bit more paint. I said, you want nice coverage, you want them to look nice. And I just wasn't satisfied, and it might just be the wood, it might just be the way the light is shining on them, but because my lighting here plays tricks on me a lot of times. But we are getting it. It won't take but a couple of seconds to go over this. Hello, Miss Liz. What you working on, Miss Liz? Miss Liz is a resin artist. She creates some amazing, amazing pieces. If you are interested in resin art, metal modern design, Amanda Dillon, she's also a resin artist. She does mainly coastal. I'm just gonna mention some people that if you don't know them and if you're interested, you can look them up. If you are looking for, I'm gonna call it homegrown wood from a family-owned sawmill, check out Melissa Miller at Miller's Rustic Sawmill. They have fantastic wood. So there is a lot of different artists out there. That create amazing pieces. So I'm just gonna do these a quick dry and move them over, and then we're gonna do our X's on the round ones because they are dry. I mean our O's, not X's. It must be the wood because this one looks like it does not have much color on there, but I went over it. It's either the wood or my eyes. All right, let me ask you. Do you want to do the X on the round, or should we do the O on the round and the X on the hexagon? I thought the X on the hexagon would be kind of cool, and keep the O on the round one. And if you noticed, the stencils fit almost perfectly on here. So these are 4-inch circles and 4-inch hexagons. So I can know exactly where I need to lay this. And I will put a little piece of tape under there. Oh, deadline is coming fast. Absolutely. There are so many talented ladies. Absolutely. I know Miss Bunny creates really beautiful t-shirts too. We have very talented ladies around us, and I just feel like we need to support each other. Make sure you check out Miss Billy as well. I'm just going to use my favorite 5/8" brush. And I'm just going to use that same primary blue that we used on the board. That is just a fantastic color. And yes, I say not to offload on a paper plate because of the sheen on there. I push my paint in, and then I'll offload until it is just about completely dry. Sometimes I offload a little too much. On your O, there is a little tiny bridge in the middle right here. Be careful when you swirl that you don't accidentally get under there or have too much paint on there. So I am going to start on the side over here and very lightly go over that. They have to have the bridges so that they can hold the stencil together. I'm going to dry it and do another coat. You can also go to your offload spot and pick up a little bit more paint. The other thing you can do is you can push a little bit harder after you've already put paint on here. To release the paint that is in your brush. That looks good to me. And I will fill in those little bridges. And there's your first game piece. Make sure there is no paint on the underside of your stencil. And then we'll just do the same thing and see how much paint there is still left in my brush. Give it a quick dry. I'm gonna have to load. I am just going to my offload spot on my plate to reload my brush. I've got to dry it a little bit more. I'm pulling the paint back off. Hey, Joe. Sometimes you need to dry in between because you can easily pull that paint back off. When you reload your brush, just make sure that you, I'll take a peek. That you offload. I'll just grab me some more paint. This one corner over here didn't want to keep the paint, so I had to dry it a couple of times. Nothing on the back side. I'm still good. Now I'm going to reload my brush. I don't have much on my plate left to reload, so I'm dipping it back into the paint, loading it up into my bristles, and offloading it again on my paper towel. Lightly, since it is freshly loaded. I'll check your comments here in just a second. Don't hover over your stencil too much because you're going to end up melting your stencil, especially if you have a hot heating tool. Still none on the back side, so we're good. We're doing good. And again, these fit on this 4-inch round perfectly. I'm holding the middle down so that my middle will not wobble around. I don't have enough on my offload spot to grab, so I'm dipping my brush back in, loading it up, and then offloading it on my spot right here. Give it a quick dry. If your paint isn't dry and you try to go over top of it, it will just pull your paint. Another tip, swirl right, swirl left, so you can get every little spot. Especially if you have an intricate pattern. That way you'll get all the little nooks and crannies. I'm going to have to reload this a little bit. Let me see if I can get some more off of here. Like I said, sometimes I offload a little too much. Less is always more when you stencil. Because you don't want to have bleed under your stencil. Do you guys see my mishap on my lantern the other day? Monday, I think. My transfer, for some reason or another, did not completely transfer. That one section would not stick. There was no sticky left on it. Hey, Barb! I am making a Tic Tac Toe board. So I had to figure out how to fix that. And if you've watched the little story, the little reel I posted, I found another little lantern that was a good size to put in there. I added a little bit of hand painting, and I added shadowing and little stickles and just some other things, but it matched in there perfectly. So anytime you have a project and it doesn't seem to turn out right, or something happens, a mishap, see if you can use a transfer. See if there's something that you can add to it that will, like say you have a paint blob that fell on it. See if there's something that you can do, get a little butterfly or a ladybug or a star or something that you can add on. Or add a tree, just something to fix it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like it a lot better with that second lantern on there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, than I do without it. So I really think it turned out better with that little mishap than it would have if I wouldn't have had that mishap. So sometimes happy accidents can make a big difference. And that was a happy accident for sure. Same with these. These fit on here perfectly. I'm just lining them up top to bottom. And then all I gotta make sure is that I have enough space on each side. Like this one is a little smaller than that one. So I'm gonna just pull it over a little bit more to this side until they look even. I will not measure this. I am kind of like going with it. Loading my brush again like we've done many times. And putting our X's on here. A light coat first, and then I dry it, and then I add a second coat. Thank you. I appreciate that, Liz. I was going to see if I could just find some greenery or some poinsettia to put on there, but nothing was the right size to fit on there well. And then I saw that little lantern, and I'm like, if that fits, that will be perfect. And the story is, do not give up on your project. Yes, if it isn't really well done and you need to, you can sand it off and start over. But I thought that that was a really good fix, and I just wanted to show you guys that not to give up. Don't give up. And there's our X. X marks the spot. You can scoot over a little bit. So yes, I do think that that lantern turned out much pretty. I never would have thought to put 2 lanterns on there. So I was very happy with the outcome. And those are those happy accidents that happen. And sometimes if you have a project that had a mishap, just walk away for a moment and see, give it a little time, and then come back and let your creative juices flow, and you can come up with amazing ways to fix something. And again, thank you, ladies, for sprinkling. Oh, and another thing, when you heat your surface up to dry it, wait a few seconds, and I have not been doing that. I've been going right on it. And let your wood cool down. This is very thin wood, and it does get hot. So you need to give it just a moment to cool down, because otherwise your paint will get sticky. Which this thing is getting sticky. But we don't have too much more to go. Load your brush. Offload, offload, offload. I cannot stress that enough. Fresh loaded brush. Just go lightly over it, because you don't want to get it under your stencil. You don't want bleed. Check your back side. Make sure you do not have bleed. And then line your X up to where it looks like The sides are good. Light coat. And then another light coat. On the new primitive bundle, have you checked it out? What is your favorite? I kind of like most of it, or all of it, but the words are definitely one of my favorites. I love the stars and the hearts, the sayings, the crows. I mean, the houses, the salt box houses are really cool. And there is so much you can do with it. Those words you can use for a lot of different things. Each element you can use for something else. You can use the stars for Christmas. The hearts for Valentine's. You can use the crows for Halloween. Lots of possibilities. I love them all, yeah. I really love the primitive style. Oh, those willow trees. Oh my gosh, they are just awesome. Like I said, I just love them all. And remember, I would appreciate it if you use my code WK21. That will save you, and it'll help me out to be able to create more content and do some giveaways. Do some happy mail. Got one more to go. Still no paint on the back side. I'm doing pretty good. I'm impressed with myself not getting paint on the back side. And nobody is going to measure whether your X's and O's are completely in the middle. And I will close the circles. I might do that offline. Unless you want to watch, I can do one and show you. I just don't want to keep you too long, because we still got to do the arrow for the Tic Tac Toe board. So who in here loves playing games? Are you a gamer? And I mean like board games and move these out of the way for right this moment. I'm gonna get one of the little brushes from Essential Stencil, the detail brush. I call them detail brushes. I put it in water, got me a little bit of water on my brush. I dabbed it off on my towel, and then we're just gonna dab the color in. And I always go a little bit further than just that little circle so that it will blend in a little bit better. Oh, my nose is itching. Get a little bit more paint. You won't need much paint on your brush because, again, you want it to be dry. Need a little bit more than that. And I will go back over it. I will do all of them. You just let it dry and do another coat on there because the color does change a little bit. Now let's get our board out. And I will do the back side. I will do gold around our board. This is our board and it is very rough. So I'm going to take my sander. That grain came up. This is the board from Dollar Tree. Yep, now it's smooth again. Hey Nikki, how are you? And it is one of the cradle panels. And we're going to use our Tic Tac Toe. Stencil. It has the regular one, the regular stripes, and then it has this one. And I'm just making sure that it is, the board is just a smidge smaller. Than the stencil. So I'm making sure that I am pretty straight on here. And this board might not be very straight either. Yeah, I don't think my board is straight. Gold. I was like, what color do we need? In order for this gold to show up, we should put a similar color underneath. I am going to use my Country Chic Yellow Ochre. No, what is this called? This is called Fresh Mustard underneath. Thank you for sprinkling, my friends. And I am using another, this is a 3/4 inch brush. Let's see if I can find another 5/8. Well, that's a 3/4 too. And I guess we're just using the 3/4 inch brush. 12 by 12. That's a 12 by 12 board. Way, way, way too much paint. And the only reason why I'm doing the mustard color underneath first is so that that gold will show up better. And you don't even have to have solid coverage. This is good. I just want a little bit of color underneath, and you can do that with any of your metallics. You can just do a base coat in the color. Let's say you have silver metallic, you can use a light gray. Just use a coordinating color to put underneath to just be a barrier between the stencil, the background color, and the I'm just going to go right into my offload color. If you think you might have too much paint on your brush, start on the solid piece. Don't start where your cutouts are. But these are great Christmas gifts. I am going to put mine in the booth. I am going to create a little table. I've already got the table. I just need to bring it up here so that I can put the checkerboard pattern on there and use the checkerboard. And then the game pieces can go in the drawer. It has a drawer. And the this piece can go on the bottom. It has like a little bottom shelf. And this is all that I needed to cover this so that my gold will show up better. I'm going to use that same brush. I just needed a little bit of a barrier between the two colors so that my gold will show up. And I am using Glorious Gold. Like I said, I am just going to use that same brush, pulling it into my brush, offloading it on my paper towel. And for those of you that might have just turned in, you can do this board in so many different colors. Like if you have a show right before Independence Day, you can make it in patriotic colors. You can even make it in patriotic colors for Christmas. You can make it in Christmas colors. Red and gold, or red and silver, or blue and silver. I will go over it a second time. Your golds or your metallic colors are very translucent. So I will go back over it again a second time. Let this dry and then go back over. But there are so many options with this game board. And the game pieces, I am just gonna take some jute and bundle them. I'm gonna give it a quick dry. It'll be great for a game room, absolutely. And maybe it'll get the kids and the adults off of their phones. In with my second coat. Again, make sure that if you heated it up, that it is not hot. And sorry for the dogs barking. My hubby is outside. And either a neighbor walked up or UPS came or somebody. What colors would you do your board? I want to know, if you make a game board, what colors would it be? Black and white would look really stunning, the traditional colors. And I don't know if I am going to do black and white on the checkerboard or if I'm going to do it in a different color. I haven't decided yet. What do you guys think? Should we do the checkerboard on Monday in the traditional colors, or should we do that in a different color? What do you guys think? I'm leaning towards the traditional. I might have to get me out just a little bit more paint. I have to look and see. I'm gonna take a peek and see. Oh no, it's good. And in this pack is also the original Tic Tac Toe, but I wanted the arrows. And that's our game board. I am going to do gold on the edges. Ew, black and gold would be cool. And then our game pieces will go on like this. And I've made 5 of each, so whoever starts first, like say X started first, they'll have an extra piece to put on here. So there's our Tic Tac Toe board. What you guys think? I think that turned out really good. I like it. I will fill in all of those. Thank you, ladies. Don't you want to play with me? I want to play. Let me pull a name, and the edges are going to be gold, so that'll look really good. Let me pull a name for Happy Meal. Put it in our Happy Meal bucket. Miss Bonnie is going into my Happy Meal bucket as soon as I find my paper. And Miss Bonnie, I pray that you will be feeling better soon. Oh, today's the 17th. Tomorrow we got a little Bristol Rose. It will be a fun day, and my mother-in-law is going to come down. And we're all going to hang out and have a fun day together. Miss Bonnie going in. At the end of August, we will draw names for the Happy Meal. So stay tuned to see who is going to be getting some Happy Meal. Thank you. I appreciate that, Nikki. And on Monday, if I can get everything together and figure out how to set up the camera, then we will work on that checkerboard table to go with our game pieces. You guys have a blessed afternoon and rest of the week. Soulfield Saturday, 10:30. Make sure if you go check out the primitive things, use my code WK21 and free shipping all of July. So you could buy one stencil, one brush set. You could buy the whole bundle. It doesn't matter. Everything is free shipping for July. So take advantage of it and enjoy those primitive stencils. You have a blessed afternoon, and I will see you Saturday morning. And thank you for hopping on. Thank you for sprinkling and doing all the things. I appreciate you guys so much.